morning, everyone. Is it still morning? We haven't had lunch yet, so it's still morning. We're eastbound, Highway 1, just passing Bridal Falls. And we're not having beautiful weather. So I managed to get unloaded today morning only about half an hour late for our appointment. But apparently nobody wrote down that we had an appointment. Our dispatch called them and let them know. RCMP. A lot of RCMP out today. A lot of RCMP out today. I said CVSE vehicles, RCMP. They're just like patrolling Highway 1 today, which is fine. I run the same with them around or not, so I'm good there. But yeah, whoever was in charge of writing down that we were coming in for an appointment for 9 a.m. didn't write it down, so we didn't have an appointment. So they're like, well, you don't have an appointment, but we'll squeeze you in at 10. I'm like, well, okay. Running half an hour late anyway, so whatever. Called dispatch and they're like, yeah, we called, got it approved, 9 a.m. You had an appointment. Well, I was like, nobody on this end wrote it down. So good thing they squeezed me in, or else I'm sure words would have been said. But a quick, easy unload, and now we're running empty. We're supposed to run empty Highway 1, Coquihalla connector to Kelowna. I'm not going to do that. We're loading in Kelowna. We're not going to make it there tonight. On the radio, heard people talking about Super Beast spun out on the Coquihalla. So we're going to take Highway 3 because we're not going to make it there to load tonight anyway. So we'll take Highway 3, go home, spend 5 or so hours at home, and then head out tonight to Kelowna and load there tomorrow morning first thing. Which means a little less money, but hey, I'll be at home. Could be worse, could be worse. My friend was just sending me photos of Osoyoos, how beautiful this bright blue sky, sunny, he's going out for a walk. It's like, don't worry, I sent him a photo of this when we stopped here at a, well, it's our normal load secure spot, but I just stopped there for a quick break. Because we don't have a load on, I don't legally have to stop for a load secure. Stopped there, sent a picture of what our weather's like. It's like, you're coming this way, so let's trade weather. Train. Alright, pick up and slow down a bit. That's as much slow down as I'm willing to do. Any slower, I'll speed up. I always do that. I just go cruise control a couple notches down. If they maintain a normal speed, I'll just drive a couple kilometers slower than I normally would. Just a few below the speed limit. I don't mind. But if it's going to be 5 kilometers below the speed limit, I'll try to pass you on a 4-lane. Waterfalls. More waterfalls. Oh look, lots of waterfalls. Yeah, down at Chilliwack, fields are flooded everywhere. All the snow and rain. There's quite a bit of flooding down here on the coast.
Deep enough for birds to go.
Yeah, the birds were swimming in the lakes, in the fields. this mean?
More snow in
More snow in Manning Park. It was snowing a bit in the morning when we were coming down Manning Park. And Jess was showing me pictures of the Coquihalla. It's like, yeah, we want to avoid the Coquihalla at all costs on a day like this. If there's a way around,
You won't have any paint in it.
running empty, no traction on the drives. I'm a little worried about Highway 3, let alone Coquihalla, but Highway 3 still looked on the webcams, looked pretty good, so we're gonna take 3, stop at home for a few hours, and then head on. So yeah, it should be interesting. Cruise control going downhill like this always is interesting, where it's on, off. It turns the Jake brakes on and off instead of just controlling it. So instead of lowering the different stages of cruise control or different stages of Jake brakes or engine brakes. And you can only run cruise control down hills when you're empty. Empty, it'll hold my speed pretty darn close to the speed limit, but when you're loaded, you're manually downshifting and making sure you're on top of it. Venom, energy. Energy, I wonder if that's, because that's a grain trailer, I wonder if that's ethanol for corn. I wonder if they haul corn for ethanol. Like, that's my guess. My guess is that Venom Energy runs corn to be used as ethanol, but I guess someone can Google it and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Laidlaw Road, which means we're approaching the Laidlaw scale. Will it be open? Most likely. This time of day on a main highway near, yeah, it'll most likely be open. Yeah, Nordell scale was closed both directions when we went through. That's near, is that in Delta? Nordell? That's in Delta, I think, right? Yeah. That scale was closed, and that scale's always open, so you never know. Sometimes they're surprise you and they're closed. I did see that CVSE officer in the median sitting there, so they might be out on the road. Instead of at the scale. I have a feeling that CVSE officer is there just in case RCMP catch a speeding big rig or something. They call the CVSE officer in as well. So just kind of hanging out in the same area. What are all those green pipes down there? I brought this up before as far as the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Yeah, we're all empty. Every trailer leaving Vancouver is empty. There's no loads. That I'm not a fan of spending this much money on energy, but if we're going to be chipping oil through the mountains, I would prefer it to be underground in a pipeline than in train cars where it's currently going. It's currently going across the mountains in train cars. So if we have to transport oil, let's do it in the ground in pipes. That's how I feel about it. All right, let's see, is this scale open? I don't have a bypass, or else I'd probably get beeped to bypass because I'm so light. The weigh in motion thing, but this is the only scale that we regularly go by. Highway 3 slippery and compact snow. It's the only highway that, or only scale that we go through regularly that I could get the bypass. And there's no point, because if you're loaded, the first time you hit one of these scales, you still have to pull in anyway. So I'm not really. It is open. I'm not really saving any time, except for the few rare times that I'm going through here empty. I would be able to bypass it.
First shower also. Clean highway.
Yeah, highway's empty. Once all the big rigs pull off of it, highway's empty. I'm confused why you guys are going over the scale empty. I can't see their plate. But they might not know that they're allowed to bypass. Unless they have to go over because of the big winch on the top. Alberta plate. I'm a little confused as why they're not bypassing. Lets me go by. Oh good, a smart car. A smart driver. He goes, Super B's merging on the road. I should go in the hammer lane. See how the climb is up Highway 3 up Allison Pass.
It looks beautiful this morning.
It was beautiful. We'll see what it looks like in a bit. Just entered Highway 3. And do the Hope Slide. Climb up the Hope Slide.
Continue on Highway 3.
Okay, thanks, Carmen. Oh, right. It was telling me to take the Coca-Cola. Right. What time did we get up today morning? 5:30? Huh. Maybe we'll stay home at night then. Because, or else we have to go leave home pretty early in the day to get to Kelowna without running out of hours for the 16-hour shift. So, maybe we'll stay home and drive tomorrow morning, get up at 5:30 again. I'm gonna think about this. So the downside would be I'm still on this screwy early schedule. The upside is we get to spend more time at home. Glad I took Highway 3 instead of the Coquihalla. If it's raining this hard down here, I can't imagine how hard it's snowing on top of the Coquihalla and on top of the connector. Jess is researching here. It said weather forecast is at 3 p.m. This is supposed to turn into a crazy snowstorm here on Highway 3. So we're gonna boogie and get over through Manning Park. She's got food in the toaster oven. The problem we were having is the door would pop open. So you have to almost babysit the toaster oven the whole time, but now we've got a coat hanger, holds the door closed, kind of like on a spring type of thing. The way I bent the coat hanger, it's kind of become the coat hanger itself is a spring. It holds the door closed nice and snug. Now, when we stop, we can get some food going and drive and not worry about it until the timer goes off, and then make some food, eat some food. Hot, homemade, fresh food. Definitely has made trucking better, having good hot meals. So far so good. This is where our snow kind of ended yesterday or today morning. It was snowing over here today morning, so still raining here. The rain's letting off a bit. So there've been a couple of avalanches up there. Currently climbing a steep climb, steep long climb. So I'm completely empty and I'm doing 78 kilometers per hour. So that is as fast as I can go. When we're fully loaded, we do the same thing as the Coquihalla, 25 kilometers an hour, slow climb. But Allison Pass is nowhere near as high of a climb. So we stay at lower altitude. Almost to the top. Hope Slide. Drive through Sunshine Valley. I got a feeling there won't be too much sunshine here. There's a beautiful viewpoint here of the slide. If you're ever driving through here with your personal vehicle, pull into that pull out. It's quite a awesome viewpoint, the story behind the slide and people that died in the slide type of thing, and the people that managed to escape the slide. not top, but top of Hope Slide. Big potholes. So that's good. It's not. Yikes! Really gonna have to watch for potholes. They did have a warning online on Drive BC of potholes in Manning Park. You warned me yesterday that there were potholes in Manning Park. Oh, okay. Misheard, misunderstood. But this time of year, there's big potholes everywhere. You got to really watch out. Yeah, no snow here. Just raining. Might be in luck. Get over this before it starts snowing again. It was 0 degrees in the morning when I came over, so it's +4 now. 4 degrees makes a big difference. Someone said there was a good place for big rigs to park here in Sunshine Valley. I don't know where. Keep looking at see where other rigs are parking, but honestly, I'd probably pull at that pullout. There's where it used to be a gas station up ahead a couple kilometers. If I was that close on hours, I would just sleep there. Last night we slept in Manning Park, right beside the river. So nice hearing the river running by. I think anyone that's lucky enough to have a creek or a river running by, you should build a lot of glass on that side of the building. A lot of bug screens, or even an open patio or something, just so you can enjoy the river. Quite relaxing. Losing my voice. Yeah, right over there. That used to be a gas station. That pullout right there that we just passed. The river's not frozen. It's still completely not even thinking of being frozen up here. Here we go, entering Manning Park. The border is right about here where that sign used to be. There's the actual Manning Park. Is that a beaver or a marmot? I think it's a marmot. But there's beavers and marmots in the park. Might be a beaver. Someone let me know. What's that? You just want to say marmot because not a lot of people know what a marmot is? They're pretty tame in the park. Yeah, they'll run right up to you. We fed them. I don't know if we're allowed to feed them or not. Everybody feeds them there. Hundreds of people feeding marmots, so I don't feel too guilty if we're not allowed to. looking a lot less like rain and a little more chunky than rain. Chunky rain. That's what it is. It's chunky rain. Okay, minivan does not like chunky rain. Yeah, 70 and 100 kilometer zone. Oh well, I'm okay with that. Everybody needs to drive within their skill level. Except they're speeding up now that we're behind them. If you ever have someone on your tail, ignore them. Know they're there and you use a pullout to let them by, but ignore them. Don't let someone pressure you to drive at a speed that's unsafe for you. Right now I'm behind the minivan. They started signaling, they wanted to let me by. Realized that they can't pull out over here. There's a pullout right there. Okay, perfect, perfect. Do exactly what they're doing. Okay, don't do what they're doing. Actually use the pullout. Don't stay on the road. I need the whole road. I'm wide. I need almost the whole highway. I've got about a foot on both sides. In a car, you probably have about 2 feet on both sides. What's that?
Pull out there. I'm trying to be if that's what we slept in.
Last night? No, last night we parked way up top. We did not sleep down here. You were probably sleeping while driving anyway.
A little bit.
Yeah, don't do what that minivan did. Actually use the pullout. I think they were scared of putting one set of wheels on the snow on the pullout, but don't allow someone behind you to pressure you to drive at a speed that you feel unsafe at. And of course, my other recommendation would be, if you're a nervous driver and you don't feel comfortable driving over the mountains in snow, don't. Don't. If you have an appointment in Vancouver, reschedule it. Or see if you have a friend that can drive. Can you try some other options in the winter? Anytime you have an appointment in the winter, come up with a backup plan weeks before. Yeah, school bus maybe go for a field trip. I don't see why else there would be a school bus out here. Yeah, so far it's staying nice and wet. The rain is still rain. It's gotten less chunky now. Rain is less chunky. It's not a good description. Chunky rain makes you sad. You're funny. that was a lot of lines down into there. Someone could not make that corner on a slippery day. Yeah, and see, there's more chunky rain again. I think I'm going to call sleet chunky rain from now on. Flurry is not an actual type of snow. Flurry is like how much snow is on the ground. Sleet is a name of snow. People here call it hail, but it's not. It's sleet. Sleet is snowballs, those mini little snowballs. Hail is mini little, oh, it can be big too, but hail is ice balls. If they're white and soft and don't hurt when they hit you, it's sleet. If they're transparent-ish, hard, and they hurt when they hit you, it's hail. That's the difference. I know the Okanagan people call it hail because they've never seen real hail. Beautiful up here. Quite enjoy. Sometimes I get bored of Highway 3 running it over and over and over, but honestly, Manning Park and even other sections of Highway 3, it's just such a beautiful highway. Coquihalla would get boring a lot sooner than Highway 3 would get boring. Look at that edge down to nowhere down there. Driving on the edge of a cliff. Some frozen ice waterfalls. Who wouldn't want to drive on a beautiful highway like this? If you're scared of heights, it might take a little getting used to this. Yeah, I wish we had a camera angle. Well, when we get our new truck, we'll have some more camera angles. There might be a camera angle outside of the passenger, just inside the passenger window, facing out that way, so you have a better view of down into the valley.
Cars can't see over this.
Yeah, cars can't look over that. Nope. We have a better view in a big rig. In a car, you wouldn't feel as uncomfortable due to the height. In a big rig, you can look over the edge and you realize how much they're just straight down to nothingness. I'm looking forward to our new truck. There will be camera mounts in multiple places. Because when I was driving the other Kenworth, it'll have the same interior that ours does. I saw a couple of really good neat places and camera angles we can put up. surprised though that this is a park that you can drive at full speed limit at. Most parks you have to do 90 kilometers. This park is 100 kilometers an hour and no animal fences. So, and in the summer you see so many bears on the side of the road. I guess it's just not a lot of animals get hit in the park due to the bears. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but rarely see wildlife on the road. You see wildlife beside the road quite often, at least in the summer. All the squirrely little corners are, well, not quite done, but driving on the edge of a cliff is done. Now we just have to climb to the top of Allison. Is there some blue sky there? Nice! So I think we'll pull over here somewhere. I think there's a 40-kilometer corner coming up here. When we get to that corner, we'll pull over right after that and we'll have some lunch. Because your alarm went off, right? So lunch is ready?
I have to check. I just didn't do it.
No. We'll pull over here and check on it. I'm sure we're pretty close to that corner. Turbo's making some funny noises. Hopefully it'll last a week. There we go, 40-kilometer corner right here. So trees are sure heavy with snow. Had our lunch. I found it really good. Quite relaxing. And we're still climbing Allison Pass. Should be getting close to the top now. Just gorgeous having the trees packed with this much snow. Those branches makes you speechless. Those branches must be able to take so much stress to bend down that far without breaking. There we go, Allison Pass Summit, 1342 meters. Bit of rattling going on back there. I think we'll set cruise control. Should we? Okay, we won't set cruise control. Just because it looks like there's some water flowing across the road. I really wish I could have a cruise control. Miss cruise control days. Definitely a washer fluid type of day. At least there's no snow up here. There's a little bit of compact snow here and there, just a tiny little bit. But, and my lane is kind of, it's not really a 4-lane here anymore in some sections because the lanes have shrunk due to all the snow on the side of the road, but we picked the right time of day to be coming over here. It was a lot worse in the morning, and it's going to be a lot worse later on. What's the orange triangle for? Slow vehicle. They might be doing some snow blowing or snow plowing. Keep an eye out for that. Well, it looks like right here they started some snow blowing. Maybe they're only doing sections of snow blowing. Maybe wherever there's like a concrete guardrail, those no posts. Maybe they're just blowing snow there. Yeah, by every bridge. Yep, they've had the snow blower here. Yep, clearing around every bridge and stuff like that. I'm assuming it's a snow blower. It might also be just a front end bucket. Could be that as well. Yeah, I think we'll do like everybody else does and just slowly migrate over to the hammer lane and pretend there is no slow lane. Brake lights means we may be approaching that slow vehicle. Nope. No reason for brake lights. Okay. Maybe they were going too fast for the corner. We never went to the Lightning Lakes last summer, did we? Is the vibrations annoying you that much? No? She's just got this grr face on. Grr. I'm like, either I've made you angry or those vibrations. She can't handle any kind of rattling in the vehicle. She's reaching back there right now. Oh, they're turning off and you're in that lane. Okay. Oh, you're... Yeah, I'm gonna go way wide because they don't know what they're doing. They were going to pull over to Manning Park Lodge and then they saw that road and they're like, nope, they've changed their mind, they're going past it now. Maybe they'll turn off over here because the road's in pretty poor condition on this side. We'll see if they turn off over there. Yeah, they're still going slow. They're going to try the other turn off. Keep right except to pass. We're just passing snow, so we're going to keep right. We're going to keep left, actually. Because we don't want to be in that right lane. If someone pulls up behind us, we'll go halfway in that lane and then let them use that center lane to pass us. sat here for about 15 minutes. It said single lane traffic, but obviously it's at no lane traffic for a bit there. Confused. One of the hydro line poles get taken out or something? Or are they just doing regular construction work, wiring in these digital signs? They might just be doing normal wiring in the signs. Weird you do it on a winter day like this. Picking up the cones. Pretty breezy out here. It's actually a fairly short line for how long we sat there. Yeah, it's beautiful driving along the river like this. So we are out of Manning Park now. We're gonna climb Sunday Summit now. And that's our last summit for the day, I guess. Unless you consider Yellow Lake a summit. I checked the chains. I heard the dangling chains earlier, and I checked all the chains, and none of them are touching the ground. They're all, but I think there's some loose chains that are wet. They're clanging against each other. But yeah, it sounds like chains hitting the ground, but they're not. I went and looked at them when we were unloading. I saw they were maybe 2 inches away from the ground, but they're hanging low, so probably getting some sway in them, and they're hitting each other, especially around all the corners like this. There's definitely blue sky that way. What happened to the line behind us? I thought I would have this line of impatient vehicles in my bumper, and they're all staying back quite a far away. Guess some nervous drivers in there. hopefully he's a lot quicker than me or a lot slower than me up this hill. But it looks like we might be similar speed. Just so that I either lose them or get past them, but looks like we're similar speed. Here come all the cars. Okay, some of them anyway. Come on, car. If you're gonna finish this pass, you better boogie. That little Yaris is probably going as fast as they can too. I lift off the throttle a bit so that we could merge. I think we got pretty lucky. We've had good weather. I mean rain, but no icy weather. Just in the morning a little bit where it got a little bit slippery, but not bad at all. Now it looks like we'll be driving into some sunshine. Nobody willing to pass, huh? That turbo just all of a sudden sounded different. Hopefully it makes it to the end of the week. Well guys, I think we'll leave it there. Pretty much climbed Sunday Summit here. It's got a little way to go. It's been a gorgeous day. Good lunch, good drive, and we get some sunshine. Life is good. Anyway, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe. I noticed that over 20% of you guys have subscribed now, so that's huge. Really appreciate that, so thank you. So awesome. You guys absolutely rock. Adios.